Hey, oh, what's going on?
Endangering a pedestrian? Reckless driving? Running a red light?
This really isn't anything to laugh about, boys. When your father and I agreed to get you both motorcycles, we set very strict conditions. Did you know that almost 50% of accidents involving motorcycles result in serious injuries? You can't afford to disregard the law.
Mom, what are you talking about? We didn't...
Officer Piedmont would like to speak to you boys. I don't know what to make of this. I really don't. I'm very disappointed in the both of you.
Quiet, playback.
Wow, you boys have really gotten yourself into some hot water now.
You're wrong there. That water was freezing.
What did we do?
Under Article 418 of the Bayport Penal Code, I am hereby authorized to charge you both with violating the traffic code under Article 418 of the Bayport Penal Code.
You're not really a police officer, are you?
No, I work for the ATAC. I should have gone over my script a bit more. I'm just spouting out words here.
I can tell. So you work for American Teens Against Crime too? What about the handshake?
At least I remembered something right. My name is actually Piedmont. Eric Piedmont, ATAC agent.
ATAC agent! ATAC agent!
Quiet, playback.
Couldn't you have come as a delivery guy or something? How are we gonna talk our way out of this one to Mom? We'll be lucky if we get to keep the bikes at all.
Sorry, orders. We had to get this package to you immediately without any chance of it being intercepted. I could tell your mom I mistook you for someone else.
No, that might make her suspicious. We'll take care of it.
My apologies, boys. Sorry for disturbing you.
That was so embarrassing. A police officer in our own house. Oh, it's a good thing he was young. It would have been worse if it was someone your father might have known.
Mom, you don't understand.
I'll tell you what I do understand. I understand that you won't be using your bikes at all today, and possibly for a long time. When your father gets home this evening, we can talk about exactly what your punishment will be.
How are we gonna get out of this?
We'll figure something out. Let's take a look at that disc.
Perhaps another time. Perhaps another time.
supposed to be haunted.
We'd better go there first. Ask the Samuel Spencer some questions.
How are we gonna do that? Mom took our keys, and Dad won't be home for hours.
I'll call him. He'll clear this up.
Don't use the house phone. Mom might pick up. Then our cover would be blown for sure. Use your cell.
I left it in my bike compartment last night. Use yours. Ah, you're kidding. Of all the luck.
No use just standing around. We have to find a way to get to our phones without Mom seeing us.
You boys get back to your room this instant. When your father comes home, we can all have a nice long talk about a suitable punishment. I don't know what it will be, but I imagine it will involve manual labor.
We have to find a way to get those cell phones without Mom finding out.
I'm aware of the situation, Frank.
Yeah, well, I thought it was worth repeating. guess I'm gonna have to trust you to do this on your own. Just don't do anything stupid, okay? Shh! If Aunt Trudy catches us,
Sorry.
Is anyone there? Creaky old floors.
That's my bed. No time for sleeping now.
Don't make me drag you back to your room by your ears. Hunter, but don't think for a minute that we aren't going to have a long talk when you all get home.
Remember that girl from the bookstore? The one you...
From camp, she wasn't working there anymore. I never saw her again.
How'd you do at camp? MVP?
What are you talking about? I broke my arm the first day, you know that.
So you never got to first?
I see where this is going, and let me warn you, Joe. A broken arm hurts. It'd be a shame if you got one.
Just joking.
Hey, Joe, what do you think of Lily?
Lily? Lily Spencer?
That's the one.
To be fair, I don't know her that well. And anyway, I think she has eyes for you.
Really? Well, what makes you say that?
Because all pretty girls have eyes for you, Frank. It's your curse.
Very funny. Look, don't pull anything when we see her again. I hate it when you embarrass me in front of girls.
Moi? I'm always the picture of civility.
Just keep a lid on it.
The Hardys. Why am I not surprised?
Officer Riley, it's good to see you.
Hey, Joe. Your dad send you two down? You have an interest in this case?
Nope. We came on our own.
We're friends of Lily Spencer. Her father is Samuel Spencer's brother. Anyway, we thought we should come see how she's doing.
Not anymore, he's not. I'm renouncing him as my brother. Do you hear me, Thomas? I renounce you.
Calm down, Mr. Spencer. There's no need to fly off the handle here.
Who are these boys, officer? Vandals? Hooligans? Are handcuffs called for?
Mr. Spencer, meet the Hardy boys.
Hello.
Hi.
Hardy, eh? Fenton's kids?
Yes, sir.
I know your father. At least I knew him. I haven't seen him around in quite some time.
He retired from the police force a while ago.
Ah, well, as you can see, we are quite busy around here.
Yes, we know. We're here, on behalf of Thomas Spencer.
Scoundrel! Backstabber! My own brother! That he has called in the proverbial cavalry, puerile as it may be, is further proof of his guilt.
You suspect your own brother in this theft?
I do more than suspect him, young man. I consider his culpability a virtual certitude. Nobody but he knows the combination to my safe, which, as Officer Riley will attest, was opened without force. The vile criminal knew the combination. My brother knew the combination. I think you can follow my chain of logic.
I can barely understand a word you say.
Officer, shall we resume searching the grounds?
Of course, Mr. Spencer. Now, you two boys stay out of trouble. If you need to speak to Lily, she's in the entryway consoling her father. I'm detaining him there until we figure out if there's any way someone else could have gotten into the safe without some dynamite. Seems like a nice guy. I'd hate to arrest him.
I know him, officer. I'm sure he didn't do it.
Character witnesses are all well and good, Frank, but Thomas Spencer's gonna need more than that. Things look bleak for him, I'm afraid.
Come on, Joe. Let's see if we can spot anything Officer Riley may have missed. We'd best not go snooping around the house. We'd get thrown out for sure. It's locked. Mr. Spencer, do you mind if I ask a few more questions?
What can I do for you, Frank?
I know your daughter from school.
She's beautiful, isn't she? I love her as if she were my own. She's my second wife's daughter. I should say my last wife. Second sounds like I plan on having a third, which I don't.
What is your opinion of your brother?
He's an odd duck, paranoid, quick-tempered. He's been that way as long as I can remember. I care for him, I truly do. But he can be difficult to deal with.
Can you tell me about your wife?
Sure. I met Mary almost 10 years ago now. It was love at first sight. I had already been divorced for some time, mind you. Eventually, I married her. I was a little gun-shy after the first go-around.
Where is she now?
At our house on the manor grounds. She has polyneuropathy. She's been wheelchair-bound for some time.
Thanks for your help, Mr. Spencer.
I guess I'll be here for a while if you have any other questions.
Thanks. There's some glass on the ground here. I don't think anyone will miss this. The safe looks remarkably sturdy. It's locked. It's a paper shredder. Dad had one until we accidentally shredded his best tie. What can I say? We were young. There's a shredded piece of paper in here. There's nothing written on it. Totally blank. We'd best not go snooping around the house. We'd get thrown out for sure. Mr. Spencer, do you mind if I ask a few more questions?
What can I do for you, Frank?
I know your daughter from school.
She's beautiful, isn't she? I love her as if she were my own. She's my second wife's daughter. I should say my last wife. Second sounds like I plan on having a third, which I don't.
Thanks for your help, Mr. Spencer.
I guess I'll be here for a while if you have any other questions.
Thanks.
Mr. Spencer, mind if I ask you a few questions?
I suppose not, but make it snappy. I have a lot on my plate, you know.
Why do you think your own brother would steal from you?
Who can understand the workings of the criminal mind? Jealousy, greed, revenge. Who can say?
Why would Thomas Spencer want revenge against his own brother?
Like I said, who can understand the workings of the criminal mind? Certainly not me.
Is your brother not doing well financially?
No, not to speak of. He never seemed to care for money before, but since he remarried, I believe his new bride is applying the financial thumbscrews.
When exactly did the break-in take place?
Last night, possibly early this morning. I don't really know. The alarm didn't go off, but I'm not surprised. The circuitry in this old place isn't very reliable.
I've met him before. He doesn't seem the greedy type.
Yes, well, perhaps you should look to his wife for the necessary motivation.
What time did you discover the break-in?
I got up at the same time I always do, 6 a.m. I noticed the broken window before 6:30. I suppose you boys don't often see the crack of dawn, do you?
Not if we have any choice in the matter. No. Where do you keep the combination to the safe?
I don't keep it anywhere. I think of a new one each week and jot it down on a piece of paper. I leave the paper on my desk and glance at it occasionally until I'm sure I've committed it to memory. I then shred it.
When's the last time you changed the combination?
Why, it was yesterday, as a matter of fact.
Hmm,
he says. By Jove, I think he's got it. The game is afoot. The little gray cells. Any one of those would do, but he says, What sort of two-bit detectives are you anyway?
Has your burglar alarm malfunctioned before?
It rarely functions at all. It's quite expensive to redo an entire electrical system. But seeing how this one dates back to before before I can remember, I suppose I'm going to have to take my lumps and just do it now.
Mr. Spencer, could you tell me how a typical day proceeds for you?
Gladly. I wake up as the sun rises, regular as the tides. I usually go straight to my study, check on things, and if the weather is clement, I open the window for a bit of a breeze. If it doesn't rain, I leave it open most of the day.
Did anything unusual happen the morning of the theft?
No, nothing at all.
No odd noises? No strange visitors?
No! I had a salesman interrupt my work at one point, but I told him to buzz off, which he promptly did.
What time was that?
I don't know. I didn't make a note of it.
Thanks for your time, Mr. Spencer.
Yes.
Officer Riley, do you have a minute?
Absolutely. What's on your mind?
Are you really going to arrest Thomas?
No. Mr. Spencer wants me to lock him up and throw away the key. But to be frank with you, I'm not convinced he's the man we're looking for. The evidence is nothing more than circumstantial at this point. And while it may be incriminating, something just seems all wrong to me. There has to be another way for someone to have gotten their hands on that combination.
What evidence do you have?
Well, like I said, it's all circumstantial at this point. There is no sign of forced entry into the safe itself. It's a Mosler safe, and those are almost impossible to crack.
What's so incriminating about the crime scene?
There appears to be forced entry into the house, but upon closer inspection, I don't know that it holds water. The broken window seems a little fishy to me. The break is too small for a person to slip through. There isn't even any evidence that it was broken from the outside. It's certainly possible that someone broke the window to make it look like an outsider did it.
Thanks for your time, officer.
Yes, yes.
It's a fountain. Pretty, sure, but useless. Wow, that's some house. It's as big as our school.